Hey guys, wanted to jump on and give you a quick update on Ridley. So just to get you caught up, if you're just catching up now, Ridley, I've been posting about him for about a month now, and we've recruited for fosters. We've asked for pledges to cover his vet care, and in the rescue community, a pledge means that you're promising to make a donation once a dog is pulled off the street. This Monday, I pivoted, and on very short notice, I came to the community and I pleaded for donations as quickly as possible to put us in a situation where we could get him off the street. And here's why. That's atypical, by the way. We don't typically ask for donations prior to the dog getting off the street. But as it related to Ridley, we got in this catch-22. He's a big dog. He's extremely fearful, essentially feral. And while we had a few foster options step up, it seemed very irresponsible to put him in a foster home without first having a trainer assess his behavior because of his size and because of the circumstances. Without knowing his temperament, it just seemed very risky. One foster had dogs, small dogs, and one of them was special needs. The other potential foster had cats. Both have large breed experience, but like I said, it absolutely was not sitting right. So I had the opportunity to speak with an amazing trainer that I've worked with before on Sunday, and I realized if I could get the money together for this trainer, we could get somewhere. So we knew the snow was coming. On Monday, I jumped. Let me backtrack for 1 second, because I have gotten a comment or two of why the trainer wanted the money up front. This trainer is phenomenal. She's worked with other dogs with me. She's a huge supporter of the rescue community. But this is what she does for a living. This is how she feeds her family. Times are tough right now for all of us. And she gives a huge discount, and she's sacrificed a lot for previous dogs of mine. But of course, we have to pay her something. Otherwise, how do we expect her to be able to sustain her business and be available for us as a trainer? So that's why I would not even ask her to take him and give us this valuable space without paying her some money for that space. That's part of her livelihood. Okay, sorry, I digressed, but I got the messages, so I wanted to say it here. Okay, so Monday I came on. I needed donations right away, because as long as we could secure enough money to get him into her place, I knew that we could continue fundraising after we had him off the street, and get in touch with those of you who've made pledges. So that's why I was asking for donations. Not all dogs need that intermediary step, but he does because of the circumstances. So we had the donations. We were so excited. We went to get him on Monday, and we were not able to secure him. Things got more complicated than they thought they were. The place that he is staying is at this work yard. The work yard is in an open area. There's construction around. Doesn't have a lot of houses or anything like that. Doesn't even have a lot of businesses. So it's a dumping ground for dogs. There's a lot of stray dogs. We thought Ridley was a random stray dog. Where he is hanging out is this work yard. Imagine something from the outside that kind of looks salvagey. I think that it's a construction kind of waste yard. Maybe it's a transfer. I think they're called transfer stations, where you bring the waste in, you separate from the recyclable from the non-recyclable. It might be something like that. Definitely construction related, because these ginormous trucks come in and out with the waste. So something like that. But imagine 10-foot high fences, wooden fences, so you cannot see in, and imagine a guard in front. That's where he is staying. And we thought that it was a coincidence that he was staying in this work yard. There's one person, the guard, that Ridley has taken a likeness to. He kind of followed that guy around. And we brought in a doghouse and straw and dog food because of the previous freeze that occurred a few weeks ago. And they took that doghouse and they moved it to the back of the work yard to keep Ridley out of the way of the trucks coming in and out for safety. Excuse me. So we thought he was a random stray dog that just happened to be hanging out at this work yard, living in the doghouse that we brought for him. Turns out, so anyway, let me back up a little bit. We went to pick him up and the guard just wouldn't give him to us. And he said he would explain later, but he couldn't really spend time talking to us. He kind of rushed us. He said, you know, he couldn't continue to talk to us. He was at risk of losing his job. In conjunction with that, it was starting to freezing rain and sleet and stuff. And so we respected what he was saying and we left. We couldn't quite understand why we couldn't take him, but it got to a point where we were getting nowhere. So we just had to leave. It was unsafe to stay because of the weather. Ridley did have shelter. He made it through the snow perfectly fine, and he is in as good a condition as you can be. So I just want to put that out there too. Okay, so since Monday, this is what we've learned. This is the bottom line. It turns out that an employee that works in this work yard is the person who dumped Ridley in the work yard, and this individual doesn't know if he wants to give Ridley up. There's a lot of factors involved in order to call the authorities or animal cruelty, because some people have asked, why haven't you called animal cruelty? Well, we want to cover all of our bases. We want to know what jurisdiction is it in. So if we call animal cruelty, who's coming out? Who's going to take him? Is it the SPCA? Is it BARK? What's the jurisdiction? What are the laws? Does he qualify? He's gained weight. He has shelter now, thanks to us. He does have the cherry eye, but while we feel his circumstances are animal cruelty, I don't know if legally he fits the definition. So we wanted to look into that. Ideally, we won't have to call animal control because that's a whole process. So is there a way we can network to get to his owner and get his owner to surrender? Maybe we could pay for him. We started to kind of look at all of our options from different angles to try to figure out what are we dealing with and what should our next step be. And here's where we are today. We had some dialogue with our contact, the guard. I don't know if I said this, but everybody speaks Spanish in the work yard. So there is a language barrier. I couldn't go up and have a conversation. Ridley's street feeder does speak Spanish, and so she has been the translator to the rest of us on the team, and she's really been phenomenal. So I don't know if I said that before. If I did, sorry, but I just wanted to throw that in there because it's another element that we had to work through. Okay, so here's the bottom line where we are today. Karina, his street feeder, talked to the guard. He is trying to get the person who says he owns Ridley to give him up. He's making progress. He's asked us to give him another day or two to go that route. So that's what we're doing because that's the best possible outcome for everybody. That would be win-win-win for everybody. And Ridley would get immediate vet care and could start the process of a forever life. You know, he'd get with his foster and could be in a good situation. If we find that that is not doable in the next day or two, we are going to change gears and we probably will call animal control and get them involved. So we are actively working on it. I know so many people are concerned about him and worried for his welfare. I have received several messages. Donna's gotten messages. I know Teresa has fielded some messages. So Karina has fielded some messages. So I just want to, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank this community for supporting Ridley. He is such a beautiful dog. He's touched us. He reminds me of Moose in some ways. We are all committed to him, and we're working very, very hard to get him into a happy, healthy environment. It just is requiring a little more nuanced approach and planning. So bear with us. If you have donated, I want to say to you, thank you so much. Here's our plan with the donations. If for some reason we do not get him off the street, like we don't think that's going to be the case, but it is a possibility. If for some reason we do not get him, we will be coming to you and returning your donation if you would like it back. So we've not touching the money, we're holding it, and we've paused his fundraiser because we have our immediate goal met. We don't have near enough for his care in total, but we have the immediate goal met. And so we're holding them aside. Nothing is being touched. We will come back to you. If you are a donor, we will reach out to you and we will return your donation if Ridley does not come off the street. Okay, I was hoping I could do this in 3 minutes. It's freaking 11 minutes. But I hope this answers some questions. And again, we'll blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. We will continue to keep you updated. Okay, thanks.